Hello YouTube world, in this video I'm going to share with you how I survived in an African village which was literally in the middle of nowhere and I knew no one in this place. So you might be curious to know like how I ended up here, especially because I knew no one at all. My journey was initially supposed to be a one-off flight, but then it ended up being a 16 hours of bus ride because my ticket was misbooked and stuff. And the ride was very bumpy actually. And they even dropped me at the long spot, different from where I was going. I knew it was a different place because when I asked the person that I saw, and then they told me I'm like 3 villages away from the place where I was going. So I asked if I could use the restroom to sort of like refreshen up because that ride took my whole life away. I think this is what I like most about my fellow Africans because these guys did not know me, they've never seen me before, but yet they let me into their compound to use their washroom, and the washrooms are right behind me, and even use the facilities sort of like freshen up. And I was so grateful for this moment. The bus ride I took after having the complication with my flight was a night bus, so this refreshing up was highly needed, even though the bus was like 4 hours late. So we arrived here in midday, and I felt like I really need to refresh now because I've been on the bus the whole night and now it was around noon that we arrived. So for this specific trip, I was traveling for work because I work in the development sector and we work a lot with like people in like remote areas. So I was going to that specific village where we have some projects, but here I was like 3 villages away. So I was still like brainstorming how I'm gonna get there because I don't know anyone in these like other villages apart from the village where we work, where I think I could have some assistance. Overall, I think I like how generally most places in Africa just feel safe and how the locals are usually like very welcoming and they're very there to help if you need and ask for help. So because right now I was so comfortable, I even like opened my bag. I was like taking my stuffs out. I did not have a towel, so I was using my sweater to rub my hands and like apply my sunscreen and stuff because it was very sunny. But just the fact that I did not feel like I'm in danger because I don't know the place. I think it says a lot about like Africans and how welcoming we are and how like we're just good people. I mean, like, I love that for us. I love that. But then I think the fact that I knew the local language helped me a lot, sort of like just explain that I'm lost and explain that I need some help. So the tip that I'd have for foreigners or people who are traveling across Africa and don't know like the local language of that specific place they're in, I feel like just knowing the greeting could take you a lot farther. Just like knowing the greeting and like a few words that you could like try to explain yourself. People are very open to helping you if they understand what you need. And I've seen this in a lot of other places that I've traveled in Africa. So I feel like if you're going to like any place, it's the least you could do is just like learn the greeting and like a few important words that will sort of like come in handy when you sort of like need help. Also, out of curiosity, I would like to know if you guys also usually feel weird when your lips are so dry. Like, I literally cannot stand dry lips. Like, I feel very uncomfortable when my lips are dry. So, like, this moment was just like a good refreshment that I much needed. As I mentioned before, like I was so comfortable at this point. Like it felt like I'm at home. My bags are like opened and everything. So that's the washroom and that's the bathroom next to it. I didn't shower, I just like used the bathroom and like wash my face and stuff. So that was enough refreshment for me. And then I tied my hair up. And at this point, the guy that helped me came and we were having sort of like a conversation. He was asking like, where do I want to go? How come I'm lost and stuff like those. So I told him like everything that happened, and it was like, oh, by the way, there's a border driver nearby. I could call him for you. So he called the border driver, and I was like, oh, let me finish tying up my hair so that I can call the guy that is supposed to receive me where I'm going so that they could like give him directions to where I'm going because I did not know where I'm supposed to go. But because he's a local, I assumed he would sort of like know where I'm supposed to go. So yeah, here's the guy just came and he was waiting for me to finish getting ready so that he could take me to where I'm going. How lucky I am. As he was waiting, he literally just started like a whole blown out conversation with me. He started asking if I'm going there to visit family or if I'm from that place. And I was like, no, I'm just here for work. And I was like, oh, what do you do for work? And then I had to tell him like all the projects that we're doing. And apparently he's also doing like rice farming, which is somehow most of our projects about. So we're talking about that in a while. And yeah, I just love that we could just like easily have conversations about like random stuffs and it worked. So my hair is up and now I'm ready to go because yeah, this is enough freshening up for the day. And also grateful that I had this space to sort of like do all of this and be ready for like where I was going because it was already late. I was supposed to be there by morning and now it's like midday. Let's go. When I say this village was in the middle of nowhere, it was literally in the middle of nowhere. Like I can tell you the number of people that I saw all the time I stood there, and the bus just dropped me on that main road that you see. So I was real lost. So this is the border guy that he's taking me to like the village where I'm supposed to go. It's like three other villages away
Here
from
we
where I was dropped.
go.
So I hooped in this border, and I was ready for a ride. It was a good ride actually. I think my relationship to Boda Bodas is very weird because on my normal basis, I can't for the life of me hop on a Boda Boda because I'm usually very afraid and scared when like they go across and like pass through cars and stuff. But in situations like these where I literally had no option, I was like happy that I got a Boda Boda to take me where I was going. And as you can see, like we cross a good number of places and they're all beautiful, which was at least refreshing to see. And now I was just enjoying the views, honestly. The ride was just as peaceful as this view was. And the driver, I like the fact that he was sort of like going slowly and I was like, oh, I think I should go slowly because you said you're not used to border borders and stuff like that. So I was like, oh, thank God you're so much considerate because I don't know what I would have done if the driver was so rough and stuff because that always scares me because I'm generally just scared of border borders anyway. And then we get out of the main road and we had to go like inside a few places because apparently where I was going was like very, very far. So now we're like another village and we're like on a rough road, which was very dusty. I felt like at some point all of my sunscreen had like dust on it. Like my face was so dusty, I couldn't even feel my skin. But yeah, I survived. We had more and more dusty roads on our way. And I was just having fun at this point because the views were worth it. And I was just glad that I had help when I needed help. That was very soothing to sort of like know I didn't have to sort of like struggle, like waste a whole day. Or he didn't even like take advantage of the fact that I'm lost to try to steal from me or anything. He was just like very useful, which was great. And I couldn't stop filming because a girl was having fun, as you can tell from the video. Like the views were like giving. So yeah, that was a good ride. And more views. Like it was like every other steps. It's either a dusty road or like a great view road. Either way, I was having a lot of fun. So yeah. At some point it was so dusty that we couldn't even see where we were going, but we kept pushing. Like there were more stuff to see on the way, but at this point I was scared because these cows looked really big and I was like, oh my God, what if they beat me with their horn? So I was terrified for a minute, but I was still okay. And then we kept on driving on and on, the ride went on. I swear I was having so much fun at this point because I sort of like got used to it and then it became like, oh my God, it's an adventure kind of situation. So yeah, I was just surviving. So then I arrived and got to work, but then in the evening, our car could not arrive to the places where we were going for work. So I had to hop on this party that sort of like get to the remote areas where we have to do our projects. So this was a full blown experience for me. So that's it for this video. I just wanted to share how yeah, you could easily be lost in Africa and still feel very safe because of just like the good nature of people and the surroundings. So I hope this delivers the message. Adios until next time. Ciao, ciao.